Alrighty, yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we're going to be taking on the best Jeanist Climax Battle in My Hero Ultra Impact. That is right, we're officially catching up with this series. I have made a video about each of the other Climax battles in the past, but I haven't been able to make a video about this one yet, and I'm super glad that I can finally make a video about this one because it's pretty cool. And the reason why I think it's pretty cool is it's based off a pro hero, not a villain, which I'm really glad that they're making some of these Climax battles like other kind of roles in the My Academia series, like they're not always going to be villains. I think that's really neat that they're not just making it all villains. And today we have Best Jeanist. I think Best Jeanist is pretty cool. This one is based off his raid outfit from when they were raiding the Nomu warehouse. That's what this outfit is based off of, and it's really cool because, again, once you beat this Climax battle, if you guys don't know what Climax battles are, they buff up a unit in the game and make them a raid boss, and when you beat them, you get the character itself, which is really cool. And I think this character is a very neat character in the game. So in today's video, I'm going to basically be beating this Climax battle. I've beaten it in the past before, and honestly, in my opinion, I think it's one of the easier Climax battles. But again, my opinion may differ from you because obviously we may have different units and stuff like that. But hopefully this video will help you guys beat this Climax battle and hopefully get to a point where you may even think it's easy as well. But with all that out of the way, let's just dive into this Climax battle. So here is the team I have assembled to beat this Climax battle. As you can see, there's a lot of purple type characters on the squad, and in the video I'll explain why there's a lot of purple type characters. But yeah, let's just dive into the battle. Alrighty, so the battle begins with Best Jeanist saying, "I am Best Jeanist, show me your full strength." And earlier when I showed off the team I assembled for this Climax battle, you saw that I had Fantasy Bakugo on the team. But what's interesting about this battle is Fantasy Bakugo doesn't respond to Best Jeanist, but instead one of the winner Bakugos responds to Best Jeanist with, "I'm going to burn you to ashes with my ultimate firepower." So I believe if you run any Bakugo on your team, this winner Bakugo will always respond, which I thought was pretty interesting. And I don't know if any other characters have dialogue with him, but let me know down in the comments below if anyone else does. Anyway, moving on to the battle, Best Jeanist has 1,414,500 base health. And right away, before you even start, make sure you avoid trying to run any red, blue, or green type characters if you can. The reason why is because they are right away already at a disadvantage due to the debuff you will give them, which is a decrease in their skill impact. The optimal types to run during this Climax battle are purple or yellow type characters because not only do they not get that skill impact decrease debuff, but they actually gain buffs when battling him. So if he receives a number of attacks from purple type characters, he will increase the skill impact of your team. If he receives a number of attacks from yellow type characters, he will actually increase the defense of your team. So that's why it's better to run purple and yellow type characters for this Climax battle, and that's why my team is mainly comprised of purple type characters. But besides that, the main thing you want to try to do during this Climax battle is decrease his power, because if you don't decrease his power, he will not only increase his skill impact, but also when he's using one of his action skills, he can stun you and cancel your temporary buffs, along with while he's using another skill, he can actually nullify your normal attacks and give himself a counter. So basically, you just want to try to decrease his power as much as possible to avoid all that. If you have a move that can blind him, try to use that to your advantage, because when you blind him, his power will decrease, so that's another way you can decrease his power if you need it. On top of that, having skills that give you damage down on your team is also beneficial, because if your team is not affected by damage down, he will use a skill that will decrease your defense and cancel your temporary buffs, along with using another skill that will decrease your plus ultra gauge as well. So if you can, try to also run characters with damage down as well. Other things to note is his skill impact will naturally increase every turn, and his normal attack skill impact will increase every 2 turns. Also, any status ailments he inflicts during the battle cannot be cancelled or nullified, and if you run a character with barriers, he will basically gain piercing shot, so the barriers will become useless. On top of that, watch out for his plus ultra, because it's really powerful. The reason why is because it will give him a last stand and will give him piercing shot, along with increasing his skill impact and decreasing your defense. And he'll also bind you as well. Moving on, during the first phase, at the start, he will gain reduced damage to burning and bleeding, along with phase damage down as well. During the second phase, which starts at around 1,273,050, with him saying that looks like a great spool of thread, but how about this? From what I noticed, he doesn't really change all that much from his first phase, other than gaining another phase damage down at the start, so you should be able to blow through this phase just like the first phase pretty quickly. Phase 3 begins at around 707,250, with him saying, "What astonishing growth, show me all that you've got." And at the start of the phase, he gains phase damage down again, along with Bullseye and Overwhelm, and immunities to being Skill Sealed, Confusion, Paralysis, Bind, Freeze, Blind, Fear, and Stun. So on top of gaining all those buffs, you can no longer blind him to decrease his power moving forward due to one of the immunities he gains during this phase. Finally, moving on to phase 4, which starts at around 212,175, with him saying, "See with your own eyes what makes a person a hero." He gains a Last Stand along with Speed Up, Action Skill Damage Down, Multi-Use Skills, and a plus Ultra Move Damage Down at the start of the phase. As you can see, at the start of each phase, he gains some form of buff, which can be pretty annoying. But like I said, the main advice I can give you for this climax battle to make it easier is just make sure you keep giving him power down. Because while those buffs at the beginning of each phase are annoying, the real threat comes from all the buffs he will give himself and debuffs he will give you if you don't give him power down. In my opinion, the best character for this climax battle is Cooking Mineta. Every skill he has decreases the opponent's power. On top of that, he is an SR character, so he's not too difficult to get. And once I added him to the team, he made this climax battle, like I said, one of the easiest climax battles for me. So if you aren't running him, I would definitely try running him, because I feel like he makes this climax battle super easy, because again, every turn you're basically going to be decreasing Best Jeanist's power, which is the main thing I think you should be focusing on, because those buffs he gives himself and those debuffs he gives you can be really dangerous. So that's why decreasing his power is the main thing you should be focusing on, and that's why I feel like you should be running Cooking Mineta. And basically any character that can give you that power down debuff, those are the characters you mainly want to be running during this climax battle. Like I said before, it's also good to have damage down on your team as well, so any characters with damage down is also pretty nice. And again, make sure to try to run purple and yellow type characters, because they're not at a disadvantage, or actually at an advantage, because instead of gaining debuffs, they gain buffs. And that is the Best Jeanist climax battle. So let's take a look at the unit you get for beating him. So yeah, let's take a look. So here's the unit you get for beating this climax battle. Like I said before, it's Raid Best Jeanist, based off of the outfit he wore during the raid on the No More Warehouse, which is pretty cool. I like how it's a different version of Best Jeanist, because, you know, Best Jeanist is kind of a unique character in this game, because he's only playable in this game with a moveset. He's technically playable in the Strongest Hero as like an active card that you can walk around with in the, you know, hub world, but he doesn't have a moveset, where in this game he actually has a moveset. But he already had an SR variation of his like normal outfit, so it's pretty cool that the UR variation gave him a different outfit, which I think is pretty neat. And yeah, as you can see, I've been working on him for a while now, because obviously I've beaten him before. This is not the first time I've beaten this climax battle, but yeah, I think he's a pretty good unit. Definitely worth trying to get, obviously, because, you know, a free UR, but also I think he's a pretty decent unit as well. And yeah, that is the Best Jeanist climax battle. If you guys did enjoy, please like and subscribe. That'd be really amazing. And I hope this video helped you guys out in some way, shape, or form with beating this climax battle. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Later.